Again, we are the Distorted Cosmos podcast, and thank you guys for coming out to my birthday mixer. This is my 35th birthday, and also my first time having a business mixer. So I greatly appreciate you guys for coming out and enjoying this time with me in particular. I'm very grateful and I'm appreciative for each and every one of y'all being here, because right now this right here is a part of my dream, and you guys are living a part of my dream. So I thank y'all very, very much. So. Next slide, please. All right, so right now we just want to give a thanks for all your support as I just did. Please take a look in the back at our vendors. Please, when you get a chance, show them some love. Oh, somebody check the cash app. Thank you. Okay, so for instance, we have. I want you to speak up and talk for us, real quick, please.
My name is Etorian. I am 16 years old. I am the CEO and founder. I specialize in lip gloss, moisturizer oil, rose water, other etc.
CEO at 15. How many of y'all was CEO at 15? Come on, clap for it now. Come on, clap for it. Hey, okay. Thank you.
And I'm the mom, by the way.
Hey, mama. Okay, girl. Next back here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alexis Baker. I am the owner of Cardinal Resin LLC, and I make custom hand-painted domino sets.
Dominoes and bones.
Logos, NFL teams, college teams, all of that, sororities.
All right, clap it up for them. All right. Next.
My name is George Wells. I am owner and creator of Texas Brush Off Camo, which is a protective covering for rifles, air guns. It covers the scopes, barrels, just for cheek wells, bottles, and a battery pack for AT and scopes. So it's been an experience last 7 years.
Ain't that a blessing? All right, thank you. All right, next.
Hi, I'm a Set Island Dove, and I make intention candles, I make home candles, charm sprays, yummy steams. I also do oracle readings, and I work part-time in the metaphysical store in Arlington. So
Shout out Flowology.
so I love talking about anything metaphysical, anything mindful, anything intentional. So come check me out, and even if you don't get anything, I would just love to have a conversation.
Yes. Thank you. Everybody clap it up for her. Clap it up. Thank y'all very much. So I just want to mention a couple of more of our sponsors. We have the Stoner LD right here. He's a DFW influencer. He's one of the few people that brought a few of you guys here, and a few more are additional guests. So we want to clap it up for him, everybody. Thank you very much, Stoner LD. Okay. Next door, the podcast studio is actually next door. So what I want you guys to do is, once you guys conclude here, I want everybody to go next door and get a spin and so you can get a feel and view of the podcast studio. We have our 360 over there, which is sponsored by Heinz 360. If you ever need a 360 at any kind of event, any kind of gathering, it doesn't matter if it's a birthday party, bar mitzvah, even if you have your dog party, we coming. We coming, all right? So next, another mention is Miss Mallory Sweet Treats and More. She donated some cakes for us in the back and some cupcakes. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the cupcakes and cakes and cookies and tostadas and drinks in the back, we have those available for purchase. I see you guys are drinking a few of those out here. Thank y'all very much. And yeah, so next slide, please. All right, I'm your host, Etorian Hines, and I graduated from DeSoto High School in 2007. I'm a disabled combat veteran. I served as an engineer for 10 years for Verizon Wireless. I brought 5G to a lot of companies throughout the U.S. I've been podcasting myself now for 3.5 years, so I got a little bit of experience. I've failed a whole lot, but I've also learned a lot of things in the process. So I decided that I should hurry up and keep failing now, so that way I can only get better and better. All right. So now I'm not only a podcast producer, I help other people produce their podcasts, but I'm also an author as well. I have a book coming out within the next, I would say, 5 or 6 months. Right now it's on me. I'm doing edits, so I got a lot going on. Y'all got to excuse me for that. But my book is called The Three Ring Theory, in which I believe we all have the basic concepts of how we make choices. So I kind of outline three particular rings in which we make choices: our comfort zone and our ego. So be looking out for that in this summertime. So again, I'm an author, podcast host, engineer, and yeah, that's all I got for me. Oh yeah, and we got the studio and the event space. So if you guys are ever hosting an event sometime soon, if you like the space here, if you like the vibe of what we have going on, and you like this space, talk to me, and we can work out a deal and get you in here. You know, I mean, we'll have the TV fixed by then. I guarantee you that. So, all right, next slide, please. So the next thing I want to go over with you guys is the overall goals of the podcast and the things that I believe that we have going on for us. Next slide, please. So we have the podcast studio rentals. As you can see, the prices right here. You just want to come and record your audio, $60 audio and your video for your YouTube. It'll be $90. If you just want to have a console for your podcast to learn how to podcast, learn how to get into the business of podcast, I'll do that for you for $50. And to have me to actually come and be your podcast guru for you, to start it up for you, get everything going for you. That's $800. You can have a full season, and the way I do it is you batch record. That way we sit down, record things one time, and that's good for a whole month, 2 months, or three months, however long we have a recording for. So I'll do that for you for $800. And remember, it's a tax write-off because you have a business. So therefore, don't be afraid about spending the money, because you're going to get this money back. So I always remember that. If you have a business, anytime you advertise, you get that money back in advertisement, okay? Next slide, please. Podcast growth. So one of the things is we want to not only host our own podcast, but we want to be on other people's podcasts. So if you know anyone who has a podcast, please get at me, and so that I can connect with that podcast host. But also, if anybody in here wants to be on my podcast, y'all all know that y'all more than welcome, because not only do we have a global listeners, but we have a global following, and not only just my following, but we have a promoter here who has over 10K following across a couple of platforms, and we have friends who share our product and share the podcast as well, so we can get your product or song or things in front of a lot of people. So again, podcast growth is one of our strategies. Next. Now, the main thing in which I want to be your go-to guy is for connections. Entrepreneurs, I want to connect you guys with podcast hosts. Podcast hosts, I want to connect you guys with entrepreneurs. Again, advertising dollars or a tax write-off. Everybody's getting ready to file their taxes in here. So look at that line, okay? Advertisement is on there, and you can, whatever you put in that number, it can become a deduction. Now, it has to be within a certain guidelines, but it's very true. If you don't believe me, go to irs.gov and look at the advertisement laws. This is clear in black and white. Like Donald Trump said, hey, the tax law is rigged. I know how, because I use them, and you're not going to change them. So I'm trying to put y'all on game here, especially if you have a business and or a product. Remember, it's okay to invest these dollars to not only grow your show, but you're helping out another entrepreneur in their thing, because they're growing their business as well, and you're giving back. Next slide, please. So another things that we have as a growth strategy is the content creator session, which is considered our value add. This is going to be on Mondays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. right here, $20. So we're going to connect with local influencers around the city of DFW, and we're going to host workshops. Our upcoming one, we're going to teach everybody how to make a flyer on Canva, a reel using the 360 videos that we're all going to take part in, and also a few other things that are going to be a part of our workshop. So and each ticket will come with food, snacks, and drink, of course. Okay, next slide, please. Starting on Tuesdays, we're going to have a live podcast broadcast. So again, if you're a podcaster or if you just have a message, like my sister back there who just like to talk about metaphysical and spiritual things, anything, if she wants to come up and talk about that for 30 minutes, she's going to be able to get a 30-minute slide in front of not only a live audience, but also a collectiveness of how many followers?
We had 172,000 views last year.
172,000 views. So you will be able to get your message, your show, or whatever in front of 172,000 views, plus my 10-some thousand people, plus his 10K thousand people. So that right there is getting your message in front of a lot of ears, a lot of viewers, a lot of. Hey, but every Thursday, the sign up for it is free. Yeah, the sign up for it is free. And yeah, next slide, please. So becoming an entrepreneur, I mean, if anybody in here knows that it's not for the weak of heart. It's not for the faint of heart. It's hard out here. There's no insurance. There's no benefits. There's no coverage. It's nerve wracking. But, you know, I believe a lot of entrepreneurs need guidance. As you can see by my chart here, the most businesses fail in the first year. And then as they grow up, the percentage gets higher and higher and higher. So again, by reinvesting in young entrepreneurs and your community, these are the things that young entrepreneurs need. Next slide. So real quick, I just put up 5 things I believe young entrepreneurs need to learn, including myself, because I learned these things through learning about them through the hard way. Next slide, please. Uh-oh. Did the TV go off over there? Yes. All right, y'all. All right, so the first thing that I believe young entrepreneurs should do is when you make some money, reinvest it into your business. Don't go out and buy that roller. Don't go out and, you know, oh, well, I've been the one doing it. No, reinvest into your business and grow your business more. So that way, when you do go out and spend some money, there's money still flowing in the business to keep the business afloat. Just because you make some money, put that money into your business, grow your business. Next, investment vehicles. Everybody know about stocks and bonds, but, you know, right now the stock market is volatile, going up and down and everything. A lot of people who in stocks right now, we're like, oh, we're kind of tight. But you know, there's other vehicles and methods to let your money make money while you sleep. That's super important. Passive income is super important. So if you third thing, marketing. If you have a business, marketing is a big thing, because having a business is one thing, but if don't nobody know about your business, or if no one is enticed to buy your business, or if they don't know why your product is going to be their lifesaver, why is your product is the thing that they need, they just don't know it yet. And you have to tell them why. So, which leads me into my next point, branding. Marketing and branding, they go hand in hand. So having a solid brand, having a solid logo, and you use that to market, your reach will go further because you look better and you feel better and it presents better. And then last but not least, taxes. Don't mess with Uncle Sam and his money, okay? I ain't got to say too much about that. It's tax season. We all understand. Things that you can do to help young entrepreneurs out. Next slide. Local support. So right now, what you guys are doing right now is local support. I definitely appreciate each and everybody for coming out here and supporting. Thank you all very, very much. Advertising. Spend your, if you're able to, if you've been in business a little while and you're able to help out someone else who's up and coming and they have a position to where you can advertise with their listeners or their followers, hey, spend your money with that young company so that they can grow. Number 3, affiliate links. If you sell something and I bring you sellers, look out for me. That way I can continue to bring you buyers. If you sell something and I bring you buyers, look out for me via affiliate link, and that way this process can keep on going. I keep bringing you buyers. You make it. You make a deal sweet for me. B2B transactions. No. B2B is transactions, business to business. Meaning if you're a service-based business, like if you're a cleaning company, and like right now, as a podcast host, I would hire your cleaning company to clean up for us. That's a business to business transaction. Okay, those are things that are needed to keep your business afloat. It's the cost of doing business, which is also a tax write-off. So yeah. Help now, pay at closing model. Meaning, for instance, I got a realtor in the building right there. If anybody needs a house, to buy a house, to sell a house, or if you want to buy a business, my man, can it hear? Let me see your hand, Kenneth. That guy right there is your man, trust me. But he wound up finding me a new build with more land, way more space for half of that price. So that man good. Man good. Okay, and if you've been in business a while, mentorship. Young entrepreneurs need mentorship because a lot of people don't know how to spend their money. A lot of people don't know how to reinvest their money. So if you've been in business a while, or if you know some things that somebody else don't know, don't gatekeep that information. If you see somebody who could be doing better, let them know so that they can grow. Trust me, it's enough money out here for everybody to grow and thrive. Okay. Young entrepreneurs need help. So I plan on being the connection point for entrepreneurs and podcasters. Right? I want to be if a entrepreneur say, hey, I got some money that I want to donate or invest into the community. And then I want to go be able to take that information to podcasters and say, hey, who wants a sponsorship deal? Is small, but it's monetizing you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And again, all of these dollars to the entrepreneur, it's a tax write-off because you not only are you advertising, but you're helping a young business grow and thrive.